Friday, July 22nd, Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm not sure when these showed up. This is at my bee yard. Could very well be my bees. I haven't done any inspections yet. But that's a problem. It doesn't look like they're going in. So I got more work to do today. But, and I didn't bring any feed with me. So I got some honey frames I could give them for the time being. But anyways, yeah, we caught late July, and we're gonna address this issue today. So good news, wasn't planning on this, but we'll get it done. All right, so Swarm Trap 5, started doing some work on it. I assumed it was a refusal, judging by what you saw earlier, but when I opened it up, it was actually full, and the swarm picked too small of a location. So there was no way they were all going to fit in there, even in the middle of the night. That bearding was always going to be there. There's no way I could get them in the middle of the night, so I went with plan B, and I have a deep up there, which I put the frames in, and I'm hoping they will start to follow. They can fit in a deep, and then I'll get the deep down. But this is literally 20 yards from their permanent home. I'm here harvesting honey, and I suspected it might have been my strongest hive. I put BB Gone or whatever, the liquid, in the fume board, and the front of that hive is just absolutely covered with bees. So I can't see how both these huge populations would be from that colony. So I caught a huge one here last year, and I think I caught another one. I don't think these are mine, but I'm hoping that they will get the message and go in that deep while I continue to do work around the bee yard. I got to get a bunch of honey. I was not planning for this, but I'm happy and feel blessed. So I'm going to get them in there. They're going to sit in that deep entrance facing the same direction, and then I'll come at night and get them down, move them 20 yards to the pine branch in front of the entrance, small entrance, force them to do new orientation flights when they wake up in the morning. And that's what I did last year from the same location with success, so hopefully I'll have success again. I will update you in a few. All right, so here we are a couple hours later. So having to hive them up in a tree stand, even though that's a two-person tree stand, wasn't fun. There just wasn't enough room in that trap for them ever to get in there. As you can see, they're still having a hard time fitting in a standard 10 frame deep. But they'll get in there at night. Hopefully the temperatures will drop, and then I'll get them down. One of the things I did observe when I was up there the first time that I didn't mention was waggle dancing, which you don't ever want to see because it's usually an indication that they're going to be going somewhere else. What's weird is the amount of bees that were inside there already, so I'm wondering if there's multiple queens, virgin queens. I don't know what's going on with this one. Both of those are very likely, especially the virgin queens this late. So who knows, but this late in the season, I don't have any problem with running them in a single deep configuration through the winter. Some fondant on top, Hive Alive fondant, and some heavy feeding going into fall. They'll be fine. With that population, they'll have no problem. They already have 2 full honey frames. They have a wet brood frame. They have a dry brood frame. So they only got to draw out 6, and they've already started that. I did give them, I think this one has 3 plastic foundations. I just had them sitting around, so What's remaining is 3 and 3. It'll be interesting to see which ones they draw out first. 3 plastic foundation and 3 starter strip foundations. So here we are. They're in there. And they were on all 4 sides earlier. So anyways, what happened was I put them in the deep, but I left the trap up there, figuring that if I got the queen into the deep, they'd all march in. Well, they all marched in. They marched in back to the trap, and it was a mess of bees. So I had to get them back in there again, and then immediately took the trap away. So no option. Kind of a dumb move on my part. I should have thought about that, but being up in this tree stand and not planning on doing any of this today. Today was about bee maintenance and honey harvesting and everything else. So we did get the honey harvest done, and these are not my bees. No colony has any indication of a swarm, especially this size, so that makes me happy. I try not to let my bees swarm. I don't mind supersedure. I can talk about that sometime if anybody's interested in some more beekeeping videos. But anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry I haven't been updating, but there's been nothing to report. I'm going to track more traps today. There hasn't even been any scouting. The orphan bee trap that's all it's been all year, is orphan bees. This one was going to be a huge amount of orphan bees if that cluster on the outside left and that cluster on the inside stayed. Unless, like I said before, it's multiple queens. But for now, it looks like they're staying. They're pretty calm. That makes me happy. So all in all, a good day. Hopefully I'll be posting more content. Thanks for watching Fishing for Bees.